Okay, now we're going to put it all together. So you started with the percents, putting them into decimals, and from decimals finding the percent. And then we progressed on to the percents and the fractions, being able to start with a fraction and make it into percent. And if you have a percent, how do you get it back to a fraction? Now we're going to put it all together so we connect the fractions, the decimals, and the percent. So what I've got here is a selection, a little bit of each. And we're going to start from the top line and think about the easiest thing is the connection between decimals and percents. So what I'm going to do with 0.52 is, you know that it means per 100, which is 2 decimal positions in. So it means that you had 52%. What does 52% mean? Now let's go to the fraction. It means 52 out of 100. But remember, we always simplify fractions down. You could half that, but actually 4 goes into both. 4 into 52 is 13, and 4 into 100 is 25. So always simplify down as much as you can. For the second one, I have to start with the fraction. So for me to be able to find the percent and the decimal, I have to have it per 100. What do you do to 25 to make it into 100? You multiply it by 4. So if I multiply the denominator by 4, I'll multiply the numerator by 4 and I'll get 8. Now it's easy. 8 per 100 means 8%, and it means 0.08. Okay. The next one, 3% means 3 per 100, doesn't it? So we can, it doesn't matter which one we do first. 3% is 0.03 and 3 per 100. For this one here, you've got 31 over 50. You need to make it per 100 before we can do these two. So if we double it, we get 62 out of 100. What is that? It's 62%, which is 0.62, and we can answer all of the line. 28% is 0.28. 28% means 28 out of 100. What goes into both of them? You can half it, but actually you can divide it by 4. So we get 7 out of 25. And finally, 0.125 would be, what is a percent? 12.5%. This one here would be 125 over 1,000, or 12.5 over 100. But I've actually jumped to, because it's got 3 decimal places, it can be per 1,000. 25 goes into both of those, and I get 5, and 25 into 100 goes 4, so I get over 100. Or you can divide by 125. Or let's go back. Do you remember 25%? 25% was a quarter. And what is this? This is half a quarter. It's a special one that's an eighth. Okay, so you can reduce it down by dividing by 5 and by 5 again and by 5 again, or you can see that bigger numbers go into it. Okay, but if you know what 25% is a quarter, 12.5% is a special one, it's half a quarter, it's an eighth. Okay, right, now what are you going to do? You're going to try that quiz that's going to convert from fractions, decimals, and percent. So you've got the whole collection there. That quiz, it should really not take 20 minutes, okay? But if it does, then that is the most it should take. I have not gave you tasks that are going to take a full hour, just to give you extra time in case you need it. If you do want to do more, I'm going to put a video to show you how to do the math workout ones, and I've put an additional worksheet as well. But that will be your work done for the week.